Live from Penn State's campus,
This
is Nittany Talk.
we were talking earlier about animated films and animated feature film. One of the ones that was nominated was Luca, and I love that movie. I know you were saying you watched it as well.
Luca, I love that movie. I thought it was so cute how he didn't want to be human, right? And like
he didn't want to be a mermaid.
Mermaid, that's what it was. I thought that was so cute. And didn't you say that it was the first like LGBTQ movie?
Yes.
Like that's so cool that how progressive Disney has gotten in the past, you know. Speaking of Disney though, my other favorite movie is Turning Red, which just came out on Disney Plus. You guys have to watch it. It's so cute. The mom in it is played by Sandra Oh, who plays Christina in Grey's Anatomy. So you know it's gonna be good because she's in it. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man No Way From Home is nominated for Best Visual Effects. And that movie was incredible to watch in the theaters. And I love Tom Holland and Zendaya. So like Zendaya slays. Yes, literally. Exactly. Yeah. So I love those movies.
They were great. Okay, to keep on going, talking about Zendaya, Dune, it's nominated for 10 Oscars. I mean, I've been following the press tour. Hilarious. They do such a good job. The director is so in tune with the storyline and wanted to portray it like correctly. It's been in the making like for years, which is crazy. Like he had the script and everything written and was just kind of casting it like slowly, you know, picking people. And it had a budget of $165 million, which is crazy. I know. Yeah. It's not as much as Spider-Man, which had $200 million.
Yeah, but it's Spider-Man.
I mean, oh yeah, it's Marvel, but that's okay. Dune, I think this is a hot take, but it's, to me, up there with Star Wars. I think it's great. I think it's, like, going to progress with the kind of, like, dystopian, you know, vibe.
Yeah.
And also, you know, it had Timothée Chalamet and Rebecca Ferguson in it. It's up there on the screen. We got it in the corner.
Yeah.
I just saw TikTok. Somebody posted that they sat next to him on the plane. What? They were like, my mom sat next to him, so I switched seats with my mom.
I would have done that.
I mean, I wouldn't complain. That's such a cool
that sounds
person.
like a fun.
So I noticed in one of your newest releases, you have a mugshot of yourself. So why did you choose to include that image in your design? And what kind of feedback did you get from your customers?
Oh, so the mugshot design came about from an actual mugshot. It's a long story behind that incident, but happened here at Penn State and in my freshman year. And that mugshot design was kind of like a play on it. When people see mugshots, they think of negative things, which for the most case they are. But I tried to spin it into a positive. The mugshot design you see is my mugshot in a silhouette, but behind it are very empowering and powerful words. And it's the story behind where my brand was started. The reason I started Millionaire Methods was because I seen my mugshot and it kind of threw me off course in the college route. I kind of thought like, okay, I have a mugshot, I might have a record, and most businesses won't appreciate what I have to bring to the table. So Millionaire Methods was started on the thought of, okay, if nobody's gonna accept who I am, what I am, they're not gonna see my worth. I'll bring about something that'll nobody can tell me I'm not good enough to be a part of. So that's the story behind Millionaire Methods. That mugshot kind of just embodies everything this brand is about.
Oh my gosh.
I think I got like straight syrup.
I think so too.
I think it's just
But
straight syrup to me.
this is very good.
I think I'm gonna mix mine.
It tastes exactly like my childhood.
I
like
love the
I was
flavor
just
of
about
this
to say
one,
that.
I remember.
Oh my God, true.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had one ever since like COVID like started.
What
I
was
haven't
your
had one
first
so long.
Shamrock Shake story?
Do
You remember?
My first Shamrock Shake story probably came when I was a sophomore in high school. So my friend decided to go to McDonald's before school one day. They were selling Shamrock Shakes. And he brings it in. I was like, what is that? He's like, it's the new Shamrock Shake at McDonald's. Have you tried it yet? I was like, no, I haven't. Can I take a sip of yours? So he gives it to me, and I was like, this is really good. Let me take a trip to McDonald's after school now. So I did. I get it. I bring it home. My mom's like, what is this? I'm like, it's a Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. Haven't you heard? So I give it to my mom. She's like, yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I've been the hype on Shamrock Shakes ever since.
No, yeah, I haven't had these in 3 years, I don't think. Like, I can really taste the mint and the vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Now we know
and the
ice
whipped
machine's
cream.
working.
I do wish there was a cherry on it though, like a cherry on top.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Didn't
so
they used to
cute.
do that?
They did,
Yeah.
but I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
This is a scary color green though. Like
It's
I
kind
know
of
it's the
radioactive
syrup.
looking.
Yeah, I know it's the syrup, but this is like really green.
Wait, so is it the syrup or do they put food coloring in it?
I honestly think it's
Ooh.
a syrup.
I think it's
Okay.
syrup.
I
Yeah.
definitely know it's syrup because I'm on like Shamrock Shake TikTok, and they
Oh.
showed making it when the ice cream machine was working.
Yeah, because we know
Yeah.
it's working for these ones.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, but these are just so good.
It's crazy how like we taste these and then we like automatically think about the memories from like years in the past.
Yeah.
Like I remember like as a kid being so sick and I was like, I just want a milkshake, and like these were out and I remember tasting this and be like, I feel better.
Yeah.
I know, dude. It tastes like when you're carpooling home from like middle school.
Yes, like
Oh my
after like
gosh.
practice or
Yeah,
something.
you've got like 6 kids in the car and the mom's trying to be like the cool mom. Like,
Yeah.
you guys want to go to McDonald's?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
Give me a 6-pack of chicken nuggets with these and I'll be set for life.
Yeah.
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh, yes.
I wish they sold these like year round because I definitely would get them like
Yeah.
every once in a while.
If
But
they weren't like Shamrock, if they were like mint, do you think they would sell them year round?
I don't know. I feel
I
like
don't
there's just
think
too much
so.
of a hype around like the Shamrock Shake.
And there's
Yeah.
only one way to make these.
Yeah.
And it's the color green.
Yeah, true.
How much money do you think they get from them? Like,
Oh,
because they
a
only come out
lot.
with them for like 1 or 2 months.
A
Like,
Oh my
lot.
gosh, yeah.
I think some people are like die-hard Shamrock Shake fans.
I am yes, that would low-key be me. I was looking forward to this all week.
I know, and I
can
love that.
tell.
Yeah, your outfit matches. It's like perfect.
Yeah, it's like I'm a Shamrock.
And I felt bad for Jamie Lynn in the beginning of the interview when they're
Yeah, on the
talking about
podcast.
when they're talking about her childhood. I mean, her mother told her she like was a mistake.
Yeah.
Brittany's 10 years older than her. Her brother's 14 years older than her. And then even down to when they named her, they got her name Jamie Lynn because her dad's name is Jamie and her mom's name is Lynn. But they spelled her name wrong.
Right.
Everyone else in the family who has the Lynn name has it spelled Lynnne, and hers is only spelled Lynn.
I know she definitely felt like an outcast from her family.
She was definitely like the black sheep of the family, and you could definitely see that in like the beginning of the podcast. But I hate to like take a little like side note. Apparently, there was a whole cease and desist order from Britney Spears
Yes.
after the whole interview went public.
Yeah, after the podcast came out, Britney's lawyer sent a cease and desist order to Jamie Lynn and said, hey, stop talking about this or else we're going to sue.
But Britney like bashes her on social media, makes her seem like the bad guy.
She does.
And then texts her behind the scenes being like, I love you, you're my family, which just seems like it's so unfair to Jamie.
Yeah, and that's why this whole
It's-
situation's so wishy-washy. You don't know who to believe because you look at this book and really the whole book's not even about Britney. It's about
Her
Jamie's life story. But Britney was her sister, so of course it played a big part in it. But why would she make up some of this stuff? Because she's not going to gain anything from
Exactly.
it
And
except
also-
this attention.
Her own struggles on Zoe 101 and stuff. It wasn't just about Britney Spears, because I feel like her whole life is about Britney Spears.
Yeah, I mean, she gave birth at 16. And her
Exactly.
family tried to cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely shocking. Like, I don't know how to pick a side here because it's, as you said, it's like it seems like very petty, like surface level stuff. Do you have any person you're leaning towards, or is it just kind of like middle ground? I'm gonna figure this out as it goes along.
I'm more on the Britney side now that I have most of the story.
I think they both have their own struggles, and so I don't know who to choose, but I think that the whole thing is blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
On to the next round, medium. Medium level. Contagious.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Let's see. You two get a point. Not you, Paloma.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought it was an E. Oh, you never know.
It's tricky.
You learn something every day.
Predictable. If you guys need definitions of things, please let me know. Or of using it in a sentence, I can provide that to you. Predictable. Let's see.
I don't know. I think I got it.
Paloma, you're right.
Yes.
Caitlin, yes.
I'm shocked right now.
You guys are all right.
Doing pretty good so far, ladies.
Not me.
Ready?
Point down.
Fabulous.
Okay, that one's kind of tricky.
Fabulous. The dress on her looks fabulous.
I'm confident.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you guys are all right.
Fabulous.
I was trying to think of that song.
High School Musical?
Yeah.
High School Musical. All right. Editorial. Let's see. All right.
Yes. Things about social media. Like, what do you like about it? Like, what is your favorite part?
I think for me is just being able to like be a role model for younger girls, especially. I have a lot of like high school girls that follow me, or like middle school, or girls that are going into college, and I think being able to like tell them like it's okay, like everything's gonna work out for you. You don't have to be afraid. I know a lot of girls like they're like, can I have advice about middle school or high school, or like how do I deal with bullies, and being able to like be a positive light for them, and especially for people that are going through things. And that's definitely like the most rewarding part of it, is having like a young girl or boy like recognize me and be like, you've impacted my life, and like I'm a fan of yours. Like it's so crazy. Like it happened to me at THON with some of the THON families, and I just started crying. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Moving on from breakfast, like what about lunch? What are we thinking?
I'm a big one for Snap. I think
love Snap.
So good. So many options.
Nothing competes with Snap.
No.
However, Canyon Pizza has a $3. You can get for $3. You can get yourself a
good
water,
late night spot.
a breadstick, and a pizza. So it's really good.
So coming to Canyon, do we think that Canyon or College Pizza is better?
I have to say Canyon.
Canyon, 100%.
I'm gonna say Canyon too. Definitely Canyon.
Well, definitely I do like the pizza, but again, I am a huge salad person, so I'm like, I'm gonna have to say that Fiddlehead or Hello Bistro are my favorite places downtown to eat for lunch.
See, I've tried both of those, and I have to say they are good, but nothing compares to Roots. I think if I was gonna spend my money anywhere, I would be more prone to go to Roots.
I'm a pretty picky eater. I don't like salad, so I haven't been to Fiddlehead or Bistro yet, but Roots, as you mentioned, amazing. You can get your salad if you want, or you can steer away from that and get a rice-based bowl, and it has a lot of protein. It's definitely filling. It's more on the expensive side, I would say. However, you're definitely getting your money's worth out of that.
It's totally worth it. Like I go there and I can eat like what I get for like 2 days after.
100%. It's more, it's a 2-in-1 meal. Definitely.
I have to say, every time I go there and order, I definitely get it about once a week, and I always say like, can you put a lot of pesto dressing on it? Like you need your dressing.
See, I love the cilantro lime.
Oh,
so
me too.
Good.
I'm a big fan.
The pesto one, I'm definitely going to try that one, but the pesto one's pretty good.
I have to try that. Actually, the cilantro lime was the first one I tried when I got there, because there was so many dressings, and I've just literally never switched up.
It's so classic. Like cilantro lime,
so
like
good.
you can get it anywhere. It's amazing.
Exactly. And so with Roots, are you guys more of a rice-based or salad-based?
Rice.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go with the salad.
So yeah, I'd say I'm a mix of both, so I feel like that's kind of perfect.
What do we got here?
Whoa.
Kaden.
Oh, that's rude.
Oh. We filming videos.
Wrong for that.
What? We ain't do nothing wrong.
You can't just sit on mannequins like that.
Did she sit on him?
Nah, she didn't sit on me.
Let's go.
Huh?
Come on.
What you mean?
Oh, you gotta leave.
I didn't even do no shit with my cousin.
Come on.
Man.
Can't have you playing, okay?
I will.
He must have got kicked out of the store for that one.
I think
Who
he did.
submitted that?
I submitted
Oh
that
my-
one. I thought it was so funny. The little girl, she walked right up to it. She was going to sit down. She was like, I'm not trying to be mean. She was so confident. And the guy was like, ah. It was
That probably
really
is
funny.
scarring for a child, honestly.
Why was she trying to sit on the mannequin?
I don't know. She's like trying to sit in his lap like it was Santa. So I thought it
Lesson
was
learned,
really
I
funny.
guess. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Those are
She might-
always hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, if I saw that in person, I don't know what I would have done.
I might have to buy a morph suit and try that out.
Can you imagine?
Definitely.
Hey, Quincy, we need to get your nuts chopped off today. What do you think?
Oh, man. That's a feisty dog.
No.
Did you submit that?
Yeah, so that was mine. So essentially, he was talking into the thing, and I think he was like, oh, you know, we need to go on less walks or have like less treats or something. And then, you know, he played it to the dog, and the dog was like, yeah, no, that's not what we're gonna do. And I thought that was so funny because dog videos, for one, are just really funny to watch.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, my friends send me dog videos all the time. I'm obsessed with dogs, but I don't ever, like, I've never had my own. So I always get the videos, and I get so many of these where like the dog just randomly attacks.
I wish you could talk to your dog. Like,
Same.
that would be a vibe. Deanna, it's so great to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course, we're happy to have you here today. Let's just get right into it. THON is in 3 days. I know I'm personally very excited, but can't believe how fast time flew and that it's already here. How are you feeling?
I am so excited. Like, I'm so pumped because my first THON was freshman year, and it was in person, and it was like it feels like so long ago because of COVID and everything happening, but just so excited for everybody to be back in person again, and all the events and everything. It's going to be exciting.
Definitely. So obviously being the executive producer is a huge role. Can you kind of go into what you do exactly?
Yeah, as the executive producer, what I kind of do is just kind of oversee everything that's happening for 46 Live. I do a lot of the meetings. I run a lot of the meetings, and all of the meetings with THON, I meet with them as well. And it's just really nice to have that communication with them because we didn't really have such a close communication that we do now. We're able to meet with all of the execs, which is very nice. Before, we had to meet with only like the liaison. Like, we had one THON liaison that was like given to us, and we'd meet with them. But now it's nice to be able to have that direct communication with all the execs and be able to like brainstorm a lot more and creatively as a group. So it's been really good.
Do you think that because you guys were kind of like, you guys put on THON last year amongst COVID, do you think that was the reason your relationship with THON changed because they were so dependent on you last year?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like we totally got such a closer connection with THON, and like it's been so great because freshman year, when I remember, I wasn't really involved as much as I was with 46 Live. I was only in the package and the crew team.
Okay.
But now being in the executive board, I can see how much everything has changed with being in contact with THON. I feel like freshman year, we didn't have a direct communication with somebody that was in THON. We only had one person. So it's very nice to be able to have that communication with them. And since last year, they were able to see all of our efforts, and it just became such a, like, we were kind of needed now.
Right.
And it was just so nice to be able to have that. And yeah.
You know what is one team that you should be paying attention to? I think it's the Iowa Hawkeyes. They won the Big Ten tournament in a well-fought game against Purdue. They have one of the best scorers in the nation in Keegan Murray, which he exploded for 36 in the Big Ten semifinal against Michigan State. I think that Iowa is poised to make a Final Four run. They certainly have the talent to do so, but who knows what could happen in this month of March. That's why we call it March Madness.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any teams that you're looking at that haven't won a championship in like a while? Because like personally, I have Auburn. I'm hoping they make it to at least Final Four because they haven't won since 1985.
Oh, wow.
So that would be really cool to see them at least go all the way.
I know they just won their division, so I do have like some faith in them. I think they'll do well. They're normally a football school, but you know, it would be nice to see them on the basketball court.
It's just really interesting learning more about like where she's come from. So she grew up in DC. That's, you know, her hometown. So she's pretty familiar with like the area and where she's going to be serving now. And she's her parents were like, you know, teachers. She lived like comes from a pretty humble background. And she went to Harvard University. And I had discovered that her guidance counselor had told her that she should aim lower when thinking about where she should apply. And I feel like, that definitely gave her motivation to like prove them wrong. And she graduated magna cum laude from Harvard, which is, not an easy accomplishment, especially coming from an Ivy League. And then, she went on to serve in the district court for a while. And I believe President Obama actually nominated her back in like 2012 for that district court position. And then she started the term in like 2013, and now she's on her way to like the Supreme Court, which is huge.
It is huge. I know she also went to Harvard Law School after, which is crazy because it shows how well-rounded and smart a woman she is. She's super powerful, and I think she's representing so much for women because she's so high in power, and it's making a huge difference.
I think one thing I learned about her that I think really, shows her background and her personality and her beliefs is it has really close ties, belief with, God. I know that during her introduction at the White House, she said no one comes to this point in their professional journey without faith. And I think that, it really shows she's a woman of values, and that makes me really happy to have somebody like that represent the people in the Supreme Court. Another thing that I saw was really interesting is her nomination should really excite criminal justice reformers. She not only is very familiar with law enforcement, her brother is a police officer, two of her uncles are as well, and one of them was actually police chief in Miami. So, she does come from a law enforcement background, which at the same time, I think that she is a well-balanced, she has a lot of good
well-rounded.
balance. Yes, she understands law enforcement, she understands, what they represent, the good and the bad, coming from a family of law enforcement, but she also really understands the whole sentencing aspect of it. She actually took off a couple of years from working at the courts to work in the U.S. Sentencing Commission. So I want to make sure I got that right. And she actually lowered sentencing for a lot of people who were being incriminated of drugs. So I think this should be really exciting to see what she plans to do with prison reform in our country, which, as we know.
Well, yeah, but I guess when I'm thinking about original stories, the idea of like an original blockbuster is kind of a contradiction.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about films that are made according to a pretty careful formula. Stars, special effects, some kind of pre-sold property. In this case, the whole history of the franchise is sort of is part of the picture when you're deciding whether to see that latest Bond film or the latest DC or Marvel film. So I guess my philosophy would be don't so much wait to see what the mainstream is going to offer you, but go out and hunt for good movies, whatever your thing is.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with streaming services, it's a lot easier to have niche audiences.
It is.
Yeah. So as you said, Black Caucus serves as the umbrella organization for all Black organizations on campus. That's everything from the NPHC organizations that are active on campus to the NAACP. We also have academic organizations such as the Multicultural Undergraduate Law Association, so on and so forth. Our largest programs include the Ashe Awards, as you had mentioned, which is actually this Friday. So we're super excited for that. It's meant to be an award show that recognizes students as well as organizations of color. And we also have Sankofa, which is a weekly discussion, allows us to look back on our past as well as talk about how we can move forward in the future.
And I would just like to put emphasis that it's a cultural discussion, so it really brings our community together and provides a safe space for them to talk about different topics going on. We also have Now More Than Ever Week, which basically commemorates the 2001 village protests.
The relationship is a little funky because Cassie loves her best friend. She's also kind of in love with Nate. So it's kind of like we have this circle going on, and I hope Maddie, when she does find out, or if she might already know, we don't know. I hope she doesn't lose her top because I can see this going real bad real quick.
I'm pretty sure Maddie's gonna, she's gonna throw a fit when she finds out. But to be honest, in last Sunday's episode when they were like sitting in the hot tub, Maddie, when Maddie and Nate were having that conversation, she kind of kept glancing
Yes,
at
that's what I was
Cassie,
thinking.
and I was like,
Really?
maybe she. Maybe
I
if you
didn't
go
see
back and
that.
watch
Yeah,
it,
okay.
you'll
I did
notice
not
it a
notice
little
the
bit
first
more.
time I watched it, but when I watched it again, I was rewatching the scenes on TikTok, and a lot of people were speculating that maybe Maddie knew because she was making eye contact with Cassie the whole time. So that's kind of where I was coming from.
Because there was definitely like some awkward energy when they were sitting in that hot tub. So.
Starting off, the business aspect was a little bit more difficult because people just, are photographers for fun most of the time. But I had a mentor back in Philly. His name is Matt. He helped me out a lot as far as learning the business aspect and what comes with that, like getting LLCs and knowing how to do taxes and all the important stuff and not getting sued. Yeah, he definitely helped me out the most as far as learning how to do the business part, but just going online and just trying to figure out the right and proper way to do the business aspect so that I can get more clients. Customer service is important. And that's one of the things that I try to give everybody like a very good experience when they book with me, try to have fun, make them comfortable, and just give them an overall good product.
Nice.
Anything else you're looking forward to this semester?
For it to be over.
Yeah, fair enough. Lucas and I are about to go in and talk to the Lord Preacher. We're going to see if he answers our questions. It'll be his first appearance on Nittany Talk. Very exciting. Let's go. Hi, guys. Can we ask you a quick question? What is your favorite season in State College? You first.
I would say spring.
Spring? Warm weather?
Warm weather comes, everything blooms, flowers are out, birds are out.
I have to agree with you. I like the spring weather, but I'm not liking the squall we got yesterday, even though it's supposed to be spring. How are you feeling about that weather fluctuation?
Spring sometimes takes a while to get here.
Yeah, I would say I'm hoping next week it comes and it stays.
That's the hope, yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank you so much.
Start off with Encanto as the best picture movie and animated movie, right? Yeah. I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not because I feel like that movie has just swept over with everybody. The soundtrack is amazing, the storyline, the diversity, the culture, everything.
Yeah, I know my little sister keeps on playing that soundtrack in our car, so I know it's a hit amongst like the younger kids.
Your little
especially us,
sister,
too.
I keep playing the soundtrack. I'm a little kid, I'm still loving it. It's a great movie and it's great messaging. I even thought all the other movies in that category were fabulous too, so I wasn't surprised Encanto won because I feel like it's been generating a lot of buzz on like TikTok and everything. But even the movie Luca, I was rooting for them too.
Okay, I didn't think it would be possible to have something as warm and buttery as popcorn be cold. Somehow they did it. They got a vanilla base and they blended it with some kind of like, maybe it's butter? It tastes like movie butter in a way. This flavor, would I recommend it? I think if you're bold and ambitious, I recommend it. If you love popcorn, I think this is something you might respect because it really is accurate to its flavor. It's still not my favorite. I think we can come to the conclusion that this is the best.
I can definitely agree. This is something I will be having again. I don't know if I were Lucas, I probably would not order that again. I gotta say, it's good that the vanilla saves it. When I heard popcorn, I was like, what could you possibly put in ice cream to make it taste both good and like popcorn? So it's interesting that it has that creamy consistency to it. You can really tell. I mean, was that something you enjoyed, would you say?
Fairly enough. This place can't do any wrong. I mean, like, even if I don't, like, love it, there's still, like, good quality to it. And I have to respect the boldness of it. I definitely.
It's, like, so special, just, like, being able to support families that are in need, like, their child's going through cancer. Like, the last thing that they need to worry about is having to pay for that.
Yeah.
And they have the added support and the therapy that they offer. So I'm just really like proud supporter of the Four Diamonds. I also had cancer in my family, like survivors, people I've lost, and childhood cancer too. So it's just something that like really hit home.
Yeah.
It's something I'm like proud I have done.
No, I'm so proud of you for doing that. That's like really good. Do you think you're gonna do it again?
I hope.
Maybe, yeah.
If not, like get involved. Like I could definitely see myself dancing again. The other day my friend was like, "Hey Sammy, we should dance together," and I was like,
Maybe
Yes.
give me a year.
Like, I'm down though. Like, if anything, I could definitely see myself being a DRCM because I know how much they came in clutch for me when I was a dancer. So I'd love to be able to like support other people doing like something that I love doing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what THON's all about, is the support
Exactly.
system. I'm so happy you were able to feel that. That's great. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, the orgs are like spaced out throughout the BJC. It's huge. Granted, there's like one like little part that is behind the stage, but most of like everything is spaced out. As like the hours go on, I started to notice personally that like, you know, sections get a little bit thinner just because it's like, you know, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and it's hard to fill those. How did you like stay motivated while that was like going on? Did you know that it was the middle of the night, or were you just like, there's still people here?
Yeah, so I did know the time. I think knowing the time personally for me helped because I was like, okay, like I got some done. I only have some more to go.
Yeah.
But there were definitely like more dead hours, but I would say that the sororities and fraternities did a really good job of like staying there, like some for the whole time. And I think being in the stands the whole time is probably a lot worse than being on the floor because you're being taken care of. So, but they were like really supportive the whole time, and they were like cheering and like really engaging. And I didn't, as a dancer, didn't really notice when like too many people would leave. There were definitely like crowd surges during some of the more active hours, but I'd say it always was like a really happening place.
We're back, ready to play a game called Name That Flavor. Ethan has set out an array of coffees that we are now gonna guess.
We have 15 seconds to guess each of these flavors. Ethan, we're ready for whenever.
All right, on your mark, get set, go.
Is it like chocolate?
Not quite.
Not quite.
Vanilla?
Nope. That was lavender.
Oh my goodness, it was so
I
good.
thought about that in my head.
That
I'm
was
like, I don't even
delicious.
know what lavender tastes like.
Here we go, 3, 2, 1, go.
Peppermint.
That is correct. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, go.
Vanilla?
Not quite. It's a part of the s'mores flavor.
Marshmallow.
That's correct. Go.
This is amazing.
Ooh. Is it chocolate and peppermint?
Not quite.
Not quite.
No, Lucas, you're off.
What's the flavor, Ethan?
We have pumpkin and maple spice.
Oh my god.
Very loud.
Pumpkin!
I don't know what flavor this is. It's on like the tip of my tongue.
I can give you another hint. It might be one of our famous drinks.
Is it the grilled sticky flavor?
That is correct.
There we go.
So mine is actually pretty recent, like maybe 2 months ago. I'm in a building super far west. I forget what it's called, but I had a class there for only 1 week, thank God, because then they switched buildings. But I'm sitting there, it was like Tuesday. It was actually Monday, worst day of the week, but I'm having my salad. I was like, I'm gonna get a salad today. I got my salad at Hello Bistro, and I'm eating my salad in there. And you're allowed to take your mask off when you're eating a salad. So I'm sitting there enjoying my Zoom class. When suddenly I hear like screaming. So I'm like, and I turn around. This kid is like screaming like I have never been screamed at before. And I have a South American mom, so you know I know. I know what screaming is like. It was like insane screaming, and he's like, "Put your mask on!" And everyone's watching. I'm literally red. I had to turn off my Zoom because my camera was on, and I'm like, my salad, my salad. He starts crying, proceeds to like start like stomping his feet. Like I think he had a panic attack. And I'm sitting there. I was like, "Don't come close to me." I'm like screaming. I was like, "Do not come close to me," because I thought he was gonna hit me. So then he brings security and points at me, and he's like, "Get her!" The security actually escorted him out. I had to go like meet with some guy to get an apology by the school for having endured this, because it was a TA. It was like a graduated TA that had, I guess, an anxiety attack that day, and I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. In your but salad. I was like terrified. Like at that moment, I didn't even go to my next class. I was shocked. I wouldn't. It was
That's
bad.
so scary.